What's going on, y'all? It's Romie the Instructor, and welcome to the very first episode of RTI Explains. This series is basically me breaking trucking topics down in regular people language. No Department of Transportation handbook talk, no confusing textbook explanations, just real-world trucking knowledge from somebody actually out here doing the job. And today, we're talking about hours of service. Now, if you're new to trucking, these clocks can get confusing real fast. Trust me, I've been there too. Especially once you start dealing with traffic, detention, parking issues, dispatch blowing your phone up, all while trying to stay legal. So today, I'm gonna break everything down piece by piece. The 10-hour reset, the 14-hour clock, the 11-hour driving rule, the 30-minute break, sleeper berth, split sleeper, personal conveyance, the 60/70-hour rule, and the 34-hour reset. All right, let's get into it. First up, the 10-hour reset. Basically, before I can legally start a fresh day driving, the Department of Transportation wants me off duty for 10 straight hours. And when I say off duty, I mean off duty. No driving, no fueling, no paperwork, no helping load, nothing work related. The whole point behind this rule is making sure drivers actually get rest before getting back behind the wheel. And honestly, the longer I've been trucking, the more I understand why this rule exists, because fatigue sneaks up on you out here, especially after long traffic days, bad weather, night driving, or running multiple days back to back. And one thing newer drivers learn quick, those 10 hours disappear fast. You finally find parking, walk into the truck stop, grab food, take a shower, sit on your phone for a little bit, then suddenly, alarm going off already. Now let's talk about the clock drivers probably hate the most, the 14-hour clock. The second I go on duty, that clock starts running, and once it starts, it does not stop. Doesn't matter if I'm driving, stuck in traffic, waiting at a shipper, sitting at a dock for 5 hours, that clock keeps moving no matter what. And honestly, this is what frustrates drivers the most sometimes, because I could spend half my day not moving and still lose my hours. So let's say I start my day at 6 a.m. That means by 8 p.m. my day is done. Even if I still got drive time left. That's why experienced drivers learn how to manage time, not just miles. Now inside that 14-hour workday, I get 11 total hours of actual driving time. Not 11 straight, just 11 total. So if I drive 5 hours, stop for fuel, drive another 4, then another 2 later, that's my 11. Once that drive clock hits 0, I'm parking. And honestly, this rule exists for a reason. Driving tired is dangerous. I've had nights where I caught myself zoning out a little, especially late at night, in bad weather, or after sitting in traffic for hours. That's why I always tell newer drivers, don't try being Superman out here. If you're tired, shut it down. Now, after 8 cumulative hours of driving time, I gotta take at least a 30-minute break before driving again. Now, this is where people get confused. This is based on drive time, not my whole workday. So even if I've been on duty for 12 hours, if I only drove 7, I'm still good. But once my drive time hits 8, that ELD gonna start warning me. And honestly, sometimes that break helps mentally more than physically, because trucking can wear your brain down, especially construction, city driving, traffic, people cutting trucks off all day. Sometimes I just need to step out the truck for a little bit and reset mentally. Now let's talk sleeper berth. A regular sleeper berth is basically using the sleeper in the truck as off-duty time. Most drivers use it during their 10-hour reset. And if you're OTR, that sleeper basically becomes your apartment. You sleeping in there, eating in there, watching movies in there, trying to relax in there. Sometimes parked next to a reefer trailer sounding like a jet engine all night. And honestly, one thing I learned real quick is just because I'm legal doesn't mean I'm rested. Now, split sleeper is where things start getting confusing for a lot of drivers. Basically, split sleeper lets me split my off-duty time into 2 separate breaks instead of taking one full 10-hour reset. Most common splits are 8 and 2 or 7 and 3. And if used correctly, it can actually pause the 14-hour clock. Now, this can really help when parking is bad, traffic is crazy, or a shipper holding me hostage all day. But I'll be honest, split sleeper can get confusing fast. I've seen drivers swear their logs were good. Then suddenly their ELD recalculates everything weird, and now they in violation. So personally, I always tell newer drivers, learn the basics first before trying to get fancy with split sleeper. Now let's talk about personal conveyance, also known as PC. This one gets abused bad. Personal conveyance basically means moving the truck for personal reasons while off duty. Keyword personal. So things like going to get food, going to a hotel, moving to safer parking, stuff like that. What I cannot do is use PC to continue the load, meaning if it benefits the company, it probably ain't legal. I can't run out of hours and be like, man, I'm just gonna PC another 40 miles toward delivery. Nah, the Department of Transportation not trying to hear that. And one thing drivers gotta remember, just because the ELD lets me click PC doesn't automatically make it legal. Now this is your weekly clock, the 60/70 hour rule. A lot of drivers focus so much on the 11-hour and 14-hour clocks that they completely forget about this one. This tracks all my on-duty time throughout the week. So, driving, fueling, inspections, loading, waiting, paperwork, all of it counts. Depending on the company, I either get 60 hours in 7 days or 70 hours in 8 days. And once I hit that limit, I'm done driving until I either get hours back or complete a 34-hour reset. And honestly, the tension destroys this clock. I might only drive 6 hours, but waste another 8 sitting at warehouses doing absolutely nothing. Now, the 34-hour reset basically wipes the weekly clock clean. To get it, I need 34 straight hours completely off duty. No work, no driving, nothing. Once completed, my weekly hours reset back to 0. And honestly, most drivers love seeing a reset coming because trucking wears you down mentally after a while. Traffic, weather, appointments, parking stress, dispatch calls, warehouse delays. Sometimes your brain just needs a break from all of it. You finally catch up on sleep. Eat something besides truck stop food. Spend time with family if you're home, then boom, right back in the truck again. So that's basically hours of service explained in regular people language. Now obviously there's way more details we could get into, but this should at least help newer drivers understand what these clocks actually mean in the real world, because understanding your clocks protects your CDL, your safety, your company, and everybody else on the road. If this helped you out, make sure y'all like, subscribe, and comment what topic you want me to cover next on RTI Explains. Stay safe, keep learning, keep moving forward. I'll catch y'all on the next one.